Okay, so we knew that there were some things that needed to be changed from the default deck that was given to you for free. So I did look up a list of what's doing well post-rotation, and so you'll notice some changes. In addition to our Ghost Line, Pheasantipity, Meowth, and to support the Dragapult, we've also added in a couple of copies of Munkidori for the Adrenabrain, as well as a couple copies of the Badoo. So this is the one that was a big omission from the other list. Badoo lets you basically item lock until you're ready to start firing off, slowing down the opponent, preventing them from using any items. And then for supporters, or for items and supporters, we do get max Buddy Buddy Poffing, because you do want to get all of your little Dragon Boys, Ghosty Boys in play. A couple of Night Stretchers, max copies of Pokepad. And we do keep the rare candies in this version. So again, good for Duskull, do Dusknoir, but also can be good for a surprise Dragapult. Max copies of Ultra Ball. And then we changed the A spec to Unfair Stamp. So this is getting a lot more play after rotation, because there are fewer ways to disrupt with INO being out. So you can only use this card if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck, then you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 2 cards. So play this at the right time and they don't have a response, that's game over. We also have 1 copy of Risky Ruins. Whenever any player puts a basic non-dark Pokemon onto their bench, place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. And then Team Rocket's Watchtower. So Jamming Tower did get replaced with this in the deck, and that is because there are fewer tool cards that are impactful in the same way, and it is much more beneficial to just shut off the abilities for colorless Pokemon. But it does work for both yours and your opponent, so be mindful of that. Then we got more Boss's Orders. We do go Crispin, Lily's Determination, and Rosa's Encouragement. This is a new card. You can use this card only if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. Attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Stage 2 Pokemon. So that can be really good, again, to power up a Dragapult out of nowhere. And then for energy, we do add in a couple of Dark for the Monkeys, as well as adjust the counts for the Psychic and the Fire. So this feels like a much more competitive list, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, next match. Okay, I'm going second, so we want Badoo in the active. Okay, we got Lucario again. Interesting that we switched to what is supposedly the best deck in the format, and immediately we're faced with the second best deck in the format a couple times in a row. And they start the Makuhita, they just attach an energy and pass. We've got a really good opening hand here. Badoo's already in the active, we can Pokepad for a couple of other things that we need. 2 Dreepies and Duskull on the bench. Let's go ahead and put in that Team Rocket's Watchtower and Lily's Determination for 8. Oh, another Duskull, but let's bench the Munkidori instead. Buddy Buddy Poffin for another Dreepy. Attach energy. And Itchy Pollen, and now they can't use items. Let's see what they can do. Another energy, lilies. Yeah, they can't search out their other Pokemon except with supporters, and that was a really good Lily's determination. Alright, and they bump my tower for the battle cage. Zygarde is on the bench with the core memory tool. And we're going to promote the Duskull because I don't have a response ready just yet. But we top deck the Dracloak. And yeah, let's go ahead and Ultra Ball. Get rid of those two. I'm gonna grab another Dracloak. Because now I have double Recon Directive, which I will use after Night Stretcher and Lily's Determination. And I'm just grabbing the Dark Energy back. I'm not attaching it because I was hoping for something else I could use. And let's do another Dracloak. That is fantastic. And now I can Recon Directive 3 times. Yeah, let's go with the Night Stretcher. Let's get rid of their stadium. They still don't have a Riolu in play. Once they do put it down, unless they can get rid of my stadium, it's going to take damage and can be immediately Phantom Dived. A third Recon Directive. Not great. So I didn't get the energy that I needed. But we can put the Pheasantipity down and flip the script. Aha, there's the energy I wanted. Now I can attach that. And I've already got the Dragapult in hand, so next turn I can start swinging. And as a matter of fact, I did get the Dusknoir, so Rare Candy into it. And let's Curse Blast onto the Zygarde, because now it'll be in range of a Phantom Dive. That removes him from the active. Yes, they get a prize, but that's okay. And Monkey in the active. Okay, that's a pretty good turn. Ooh, Hariyama. That is unfortunate, because evolving into that means they can Heave-Ho Catcher. They're going to knock out my Dracloak with 2 energy on it, but I do have the Rose's Encouragement in my hand. And there's the Riolu. There's a second Riolu. Okay. And they are 2 prizes ahead. Well, 3 prizes ahead now. So this is getting sticky, but Dragapult is the king of comebacks, so we'll see if I can make that true yet again. And I evolved. I should have done Recon Directive first. I got a little trigger happy there. But now I can do the Rose's Encouragement. Attach both of those energy from the discard directly onto it. And I could attach another energy, so yeah, let's put that on the Monkey. And I also drew into the Unfair Stamp. So let's Unfair Stamp first. That puts them down to 2 cards while I get 5 back. And 2 of those are Boss's Orders, which is fantastic. Okay, Buddy Buddy Poffin. I don't need that Badoo. No, we're just going to throw this away because that could just become easily something easy to knock out, and I don't want to give them any more easy prizes at this stage in the game. Wow, recon directive for the third boss's orders. And I think that's all that I have in the deck. So for the next 3 turns, they're not going to be able to keep me from doing what I want. Let's Night Stretcher. Grab one of those back, because I may need this guy to help me fix some math. Oh, and also I can use the damage I just generated from Risky Ruins for Adrenabrain. Okay, and so Pokepad for that tells me that my Dusclops and Dusknoir, I know the Dusknoir is in the discard pile, so Dusclops must be in the prizes. Okay, and after all of that, now I can Phantom Dive. And let's go ahead and just knock out this one. Put some more damage on that one. Of course, Hariyama goes down. And that's 2 prizes for me. Okay, another Dragapult. That's good. And they need a lot in order to... I don't think they can one-shot me because they don't have energy attached. So they'll be lucky if they can just do 1 attack. They need the energy, they need the Lucario, and then they need the Premium Power Pro. Oh, that's funny. The log even showed me they evolved before it's happened. Alright, well that was a pretty good turn from them. There's 1 Premium Power Pro. A second one, man. Okay, Aura Jab. Aura Jab for 190 is pretty good. That means another one without any Premium Power Pro would be a knockout. However, I do have 3 boss's orders. Zygarde is in range, and then also thanks to Risky Ruins, that Makuhita on the bench is in range. So let's boss up the Zygarde. Oh, and they just conceded. They didn't let me do it. But we completed the comeback, enough for them to quit. And that's another win in a row against Lucario.